Welcome back to our channel. After a fantastic trip to the south of Spain, we made our way to London for 2 days, where we got to visit places that we didn't visit last time. We visited Tower Bridge, Westminster Abbey, the National Gallery, the V&A Museum, and many other spots. Hi everyone, and welcome to London. We arrived yesterday evening, but it was already quite dark. And since most museums were closed, we just decided to walk around and visit some stores. So we went to Harrods yesterday, which was very busy and happening. I did not film much, but if you're interested in seeing what Harrods looks like, I will link up the video from last year. With that being said, since we only have 2 full days this time in London, we decided that we would visit places that we didn't get to visit last time. So on our list of things to do, we have the V&A Museum, we have to visit the National Gallery. But before we get to these fun museums, we really wanted to visit the area around Tower Bridge, because last time we didn't get this far. And as you can see, the weather is actually really nice. So I've been pretty lucky on this trip with the weather. And this is the famous Tower Bridge, looking really nice. So we are now on the bridge. It's actually quite a busy bridge, and you get a really nice view looking at the Shard. I know London has a reputation for being kind of a grey city, but I think we've been pretty lucky, because last year when we came here, and then exactly 1 year ago, it was pretty nice, except that 1-day trip to Oxford. And look at today. So after seeing Tower Bridge up close, we took the tube and headed towards Westminster.
To Stanmore will arrive in 1 minute.
I know I said we wouldn't do the same things again, but since the weather is so nice, I felt like we had to come back to the Westminster area and see the Big Ben, because last time we came it was the afternoon and the light was actually not as nice. However, I do feel like there are more tourists this time than last time we came in the late afternoon. So the area around the Big Ben and the Ferris wheel is such a great place for people watching. Even though we didn't do anything special, it was a great place to enjoy the scenery and enjoy the great weather. Afterwards, it was a quick 5-minute walk from the Big Ben to Westminster Abbey. We had passed by Westminster Abbey last time, but we hadn't gone inside, so we decided that this time we would visit. So last time we came to London, there was a huge line of people trying to take a picture with those iconic telephone booths, and I see that there is still a very long line of people trying to take a picture with the booth. There's also a line for the second and I think the third telephone booth behind as well. So Westminster Abbey is in front of us. We might be able to make it for Holy Communion, which is at 12:30, but I think we're gonna try to find a little something to eat so that we don't starve. So we found this little place called the Walsh House Cafe. It's really close to Westminster Abbey, and everything looks really affordable. So we ordered actually a full English breakfast, so it should be enough for the rest of the day. So we did go to Westminster Abbey. We actually stayed in the main area during Holy Communion, so I took a few videos before service started. But if you do want to visit the whole place, then you have to book tickets, which cost £31. So after After spending some time at Westminster Abbey, we are here at Trafalgar Square, and the National Gallery is just behind us. And we are clearly not the only ones, because it feels like the whole city is here. So we originally booked tickets for the National Gallery at 1:30, and it is now 1:30. But as you can see, the weather is so nice that I think we're going to move our tickets to 3:30 and spend the next 2 hours walking around. We are now going to one of my favorite stores, which is Fortnum & Mason. We're going to buy some souvenirs, and then after, I think we'll be ready to finally go to the National Gallery. I love, 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 love these little tins. I have this one at home, but I should probably get new ones. This whole biscuit selection looks so nice. And look at how nice these tins look too. So just before we go to the National Gallery, I just wanted to check out the decorations in Chinatown because Chinese New Year is coming up and they do not disappoint. I love the lanterns there, and then lanterns there, and more lanterns that way, and more lanterns that way. I don't think they had these fat lanterns last year, but I really like them. It's so exciting because I don't think last time there was a milk shop here, but look at this. This is literally my favorite bubble tea place. So after a little bubble tea break, we went to the National Gallery. So the National Gallery is free to visit, although donations are welcome. We did book our tickets ahead of time online as mentioned, and once we were there, we made sure to visit as much as we could and especially see the highlights of this museum. Hello again. For our last activity for today, we have tickets to the Royal Opera House. So we have actually been to the Royal Opera House actually 1 year ago, and we loved it so much that we decided that we wanted to watch an opera this time. So I just have to show you how beautiful this place is. It's really, really, really gorgeous. So obviously I didn't film the actual ballet, but this is what the theater looks like inside, and I can see how this is an iconic venue for opera and ballet because it is so stunning. The luxurious red and gold interior really shows off the glamour of this place. So good morning from a very gray and cloudy London. This morning we had a bit of a late start, but our plan is to go to the Victoria and Albert Museum, and most museums here open at 10 o'clock only. So last time we visited this museum over there, and that's the Natural History Museum, but we definitely don't have time this time. So instead we are walking ahead because that's where the V&A is. So Natural History Museum that way, and the V&A is straight ahead. So this is the entrance of the V&A, and already you can see a beautiful Chihuly, or I think it's a Chihuly glass sculpture. So this place is apparently huge. There's a lot of sections. I just saw a China section, there's a Renaissance section, but I'm really excited to look at the stained glass section if we can find it. I really enjoy looking at the stained glass sections because when you're inside a church, you often don't get to see them this close. So the China section is all the way there. This is the Buddhist section, and there's also a Japan section over there. So we are now in the Middle East section, and just behind me there's some carpets, and on this side there's tons and tons of ceramics. So this was an excellent visit, and now that the sun is out, we are heading to Camden Market because we didn't get to visit Camden Market last time. So we finally made it to Camden Market after a pretty long bus ride. This place is full of tiny shops, so you can buy things, and there's also a lot of food. If I had to use one word to describe Camden Market, I think the word would be eclectic for me. It's a very vibrant area, and the stores here sell unique fashion, a lot of vintage items, and definitely a lot of trinkets and arts and crafts. So Camden Market is actually much bigger than we thought it would be. And outside of Camden Market, well, you have Camden Town, and you have more shops and more food. After strolling around the market, we decided to check out the surrounding streets such as Camden High Street. To be honest, at some point I felt like all the stores and the shops started to look similar, so it was time to head back. So after a visit the very eclectic Camden Market, we had time to go to Oxford Street and walk around, and now we are at the British Museum. So last time we came here, we actually came in the evening, so this whole place was quite dark, but this is what it looks like during the day. So behind me is the Rosetta Stone. So last time we came, we couldn't see it because it had been moved to a different part of the museum, and I think we had to pay for it. So I'm very glad that it is back because I really wanted to see this. And so the other part that we're missing, I think, is the African section, because again, last time it was closed. So this is part of the Assyrian section, and I'm pretty sure this wasn't open last time we came. So it's pretty cool as well. Look at the details on these things. So this is apparently called the Royal Lion Hunt. Oh, I think the Africa section is open because last time we couldn't go down there. We're just gonna swing by the Easter Island statue first. And we found them. So last time, I think we only saw 2 or 3 of them, and now they're all here, and look at them. Even though we had visited the British Museum a year ago, we still wanted to walk through the different parts of the museum, and that included the Chinese section, the Indian section, and many other sections. So this concludes our short trip in London. Thank you for watching. And in the next video, we'll be in Germany and in Austria.